So now we're going to see how to handle a file upload with the Go programming language and doing web dev. You are watching a series, a video which is one in a series of videos. These are the lectures I'm recording in my college class for Golang web programming. It's here at YouTube, Todd McLeod. That's what I Googled and then went to playlists, and Golang web programming fall 2016. It's where you can find all the videos. And also on Twitter, you can stay up to date by following me at Todd McLeod. That's my shameless promo. Let's learn how to upload files with the Go programming language doing web dev. So here we have listen and serve, nils being passed in using default serve mux, handling, the favicon, just not found handler, and then handle func foo. So everything's happening in foo. So here's my function with a specific signature. I need the response writer and the pointer to the HTTP request. And then what happens in here? I create a variable that's a s, declare a variable identifier s, it's of type string, and then print line the request method just to kind of see. And if the request method is equal to post, so this is a constant and it's equal to post. So if the request method is post, it means that our form has been submitted, right? And we are going to handle that submission. So I'm going to do request form file, and that will get me the file, and form file will return a file, a header, and an error. And if there's an error, I'm going to handle that error and defer the file close. And then I could print out this information, right? The file, the header, the error, just to kind of see it, just FYI. And then read all, I'm going to read that file, and that gives me a byte slice. And then I'm going to take that byte slice, turn it into string, and store it in S. Okay? So took all the contents in that file and turned it into a string. And then down here I set my header, content type, text HTML, and then write string to my response. Here's a form, method post. Right? And I have to do inc type multi-part form data to upload a file on a form. And so that inc type, you could read about it. There's a nice article I was just looking at Stack Overflow. HTTP inc type, and here it is. What does it stand for? But basically it's just like what's the encoding when your form is submitted. This is the default just for form submission. That's how your data gets encoded. This is for a form, and then this would be text plain. Okay. And you could also do application JSON, but that was abandoned. Okay, so let's look at it and watch it run. And I am somewhere nowhere near, and I need to go into Documents, go Workspace, Source, GitHub, goes to 11, Golang Web Dev, and then I'm in 0.27, and I'm in 05, and 01, and go run main.go. Localhost, choose a file. I should like style these with a little CSS and make them huge, but that adds a layer of complication. So Documents, and go Workspace, Source, go GitHub, goes to 11, Golang Web Dev, 0.27, and 0.5, and 0.1, and there's my file. Submit. Be crumbled, so wildflowers will come up where you are. You have been stony for too many years. Try something different. Surrender. I love Rumi. So that's pretty cool. Uploaded that file. I also printed out that one part where we could see here's the file. It's an address. Here's a header, right? And it had this stuff, and then the error was nil. So I was just kind of curious what was in there, so I printed that out to the terminal. Control C. So that's uploading a file. And I don't know, anybody have any questions? I think maybe we could look at request form file. That'd be helpful. Let's go take a look at that in GoDoc. GoDoc, NetHTTP. So part of request, the request is we saw that had form and post form as fields. Request is a struct. And so that had fields. And if you use form and post form, Then you also have to parse form first. Or you could use form value, and we've been using form value to kind of get the form value, but now what we've just used in our code is form file. And so form file is right there. And form file takes a key, and then it returns a multipart.file, multipart.file header, and an error. And so we could go read about form file here. Form file returns the first file for the provided form key. Form file calls parse multipart form, parse form if necessary. Cool. And the key is Q, and it's Q because right down here the input type is file, and the name is Q. So that's what we named it. So I want you to I'm just looking at that for a second. Deferring the file close. How would you know to do that? So we get a file. What is a file? It has IO closer, right? So that's kind of a hint. And file is an interface to access the file part of a multi-part message. Its contents may be stored in memory or on disk. If stored on disk, the file's underlying concrete type will be an OS, pointer to an OS file. Interesting. So yeah, you need to close that file. Do you all want to try that as an exercise?
Yeah.
All right, let's do it. Upload a text file and print it out.